Yes, Assalamu alaikum once again. The topic is acquisition merger, and there is a particular aspect of acquisition and merger that is synergy. One of the main reason for the acquisition, that's synergy. And you know that what is the meaning of the synergy? Value of combined effect is more than the operations on individual basis. Value of combined, it's better to use the word value of combined operations is more than the operations on individual basis. And the simple term that 2 plus 2 is equal to 5 means combined operation terms, that is 5, and individual operations, that is 2 plus 2, 4. This is one of the main fundamental reason for the acquisition. For example, if you are a bank and your value is $100 million and I'm another bank, a small bank, and the value is 30 million. If you acquire me, so one of the reason for the acquisition, or one of the reason for your company to bid to me or interest to acquire me, that is synergy. On individual basis, if you work alone, that's your value $100 million. If I work individually, the alone work is $30 million. But if you acquire me, so maybe the combined value that's become 100 more than 130. For example, 135 million. So so the extra 5 million that belongs to the synergy. Some important points which is relevant here. Number one, who are interested for the synergy because it's a post acquisition effect. It's a post acquisition effect. Who are interested? Of course, number one, the acquirer, you. But is the synergy is important for the acquiry? Of course, there are some important points with respect to the acquiry as well. We will discuss in more detail later. But initially, yes, of course, the acquiry is also may also be interested with respect to the synergy. Why? What the reason? What is the reason? Number one, it's all depend that what is the mode of consideration for the acquisition. For example, if you acquire me, you are a bank, I am another bank, and the mode of consideration is the cash. Then in simple words, I have no concern about the post acquisition value of the company because I will sell my company to you. I will take up the cash and I will leave the business. I have no interest what will be the synergy after the acquisition, or what will be the value after the acquisition. But of course, if the mode of consideration is shares, for example, if A bank, I'm B bank. If you acquire me, A acquire A bank acquiring B bank, and you are definitely my bank will be dissolved. But you are offering me to get some shares as well of the A company, A bank. Then I will also be interested the value of a company, a bank after the acquisition. And that point, at that particular point, synergy is also relevant for me. It's a journal introduction. But the important point, another important point, why synergy created? Why it's created? Of course, there are much advantage of the businesses if they combine together. There are three possible categories in a theoretical matter. Three possible categories for which the synergy creates. One of the reason is cost, and of course that means the economies of scale. If acquisition creates a larger picture of the production of or the operations, that means per unit services automatically decreases. That's called economies of scale. That's cost synergy. More about the economies of scale, more than economies of scale. For example, some costs may be saved in case of the acquisition. For example, if you are A bank and I'm B bank, you acquire me. So some of the administrative costs may be saved. For example, there are some branches before the acquisition that's are common in some areas. Of course, after the acquisition, where the branches are common of the banks, that will be diluted or combined in one branch. So administrative cost of the branch will be saved. So admin cost, economies of scale, marketing budgets, head counts, a lot of factors from where we can save the cost. Number two, revenue synergy. Of course, your revenue, my revenue, it will become increase the market share. Now become the market share will be increased. And after the acquisition, the companies may be in more powerful position to acquire more market share in the particular market to get the more larger scales to get the more revenues. So that's the revenue synergy. And last one is the cost of capital. The last one is financing synergy. What is the meaning of the financing synergy? What does that mean? Financing. If you are A bank and I'm B bank, if we combine together, so of course in the market, for example, with in front of the bank, our bargaining position or our credibility will be enhanced as well. Bargaining position will be enhanced, of course. So that is called the financing synergy. Maybe possible our combined WACC will be reduced. So if WACC will be reduced, the combined company value will be increased. So there are different factors from which we can develop the synergy. And you can read this point with this handout. Okay, the question Paxos. So Paxos will soon announce a takeover bid for Rager PLC, a company in the same industry. The initial bid will be an all shares of bid for 4 Paxos shares for every 5 Rager shares. Some important points this in this initial 2 lines. Number one, Paxos is acquired, Rager is acquiring. Number two, Paxos will acquire to Rager with the consideration that is share for share. This is important. Huh? This is also important with respect to the Rager. Because now the value of the company has become more important for both Paxos and Rager. Although Rager become dilute, that will definitely be diluted after acquisition. But and it's become Paxos. But Rager will be more interested to identify that what will be the post acquisition value after the acquisition. Okay, next. Most recent annual data relating to two companies shown below. Taxes, Rager, sales revenue, operating cost tax, allowable depreciation, earning before interest and tax, net interest, taxable income, taxation after tax income, dividend retained earning, other information. Annual replacement expenditure, and expected annual growth rate next 4 years, and that's growth rate after 4 years. So first 4 years cash flows are different, and 4 years onwards our cash flows are different. That's delayed annuity. Gearing, debt over debt plus equity. Market price per share, number of shares issued, current market cost of fixed interest debts. Equity beta, risk free rate, market return. Takeover is expected to result in a cost saving in advertising and distribution, reducing the operating cost of taxes from 76% of sales to 70% of sales. This information is about synergy, cost saving, and taxes 76% of sales to the 70% of sales. Operating cost. Huh? Can you calculate and reply me? Is it right that the operating cost of the taxes is 76% of sales? Can you please calculate? No. How it's calculated? Operating cost also includes depreciation. All of you, please. So that's 8683 plus 1450. 8683 plus 1450 divided by 13,333. Yes, it's almost 75.99. Okay. So what they are saying that the operating cost of taxes from 76% of sales to 70% of sales. The growth rate of the combined company expected to be 6% per year for 4 years and 5% per year thereafter. Ragged debt obligation will be taken over by the taxes, and the corporate tax rate 30%. Growth combined company 4 years, 6% for 4 years and 5% thereafter. Using free cash flow analysis for each individual company and potential combined company, estimate how much synergy expected to be created from takeover. This note is very much important, but we will discuss later about this note. So how to calculate it's a 20 marks question till now. Then B part, discuss the limitation of the above estimates like NPV. You can just work out for the limitations. But C, D, E part is very much important. We will discuss later after the attempting of the A part and B part of the question. Now, what is the question? One minute, please. A part of the question. Value of synergy by free cash flow method. Value of Paxos on individual basis. How it's calculated? Value of Rager and then value of Paxos plus Rager. And the difference is synergy. That is what the approach of this question. Huh? That's how to calculate the synergy. It's never ever only dependent the working of synergy with the free cash flow method only. We can calculate the business valuation by multiple method as discussed yesterday. So here examiner mentioning that value of company by free cash flow. So that's why we are calculating the value of synergy by free cash flow. Otherwise, synergy is the difference of the values, and values can be calculated either free cash flow or other method. It depends on the requirement. Now, number one, value of taxes by free cash flow. How it will be calculated? It will be calculated determining the free cash flow, determining the free cash flow um, with year 1 to 4 and then year 4 onwards. But the question is that free cash flow of equity or total free cash flow. We can calculate by both method, but in this question it's particularly mentioned that uh, taxes is acquiring the debts as well. Huh? In the question, it's mentioned that in the last part. regular debt obligation will be taken over by the Paxos. So it's better to facilitate both. That means calculate the total value of the company. And if you wanted to calculate the total value of the company, total value of the business, then we need free cash flow and the WACC. Sorry, sorry, WACC. Free cash flow working with WACC. So number one, WACC. ED. In this question, E is very simple in this question. And we can say that the gearing level, here the gearing, long term over debt over long term debt plus equity by market value. So we can use these percentages. Huh? If debt is 30% of total debt plus equity, if the gearing level, that is debts by market value, is 30% of debt plus equity, debt plus equity. So that means debt's proportion is 30% of the total debt plus equity and equity is 70%. Yes. And what about the KD? KD also mentioned. Current market cost of fixed debts, that is 6%. The only thing is the KE, and it's mentioned RF plus RM minus RF into beta equity. RF 4%, RM 9%, equity beta even given 411 1.18. Calculate the WACC, please. Please, WACC. Calculate the WACC. I want WACC from your side, huh? I need a calculation of WACC from your side. If debt is 30%, then the remaining part is equity. It's so simple, Abid sir. So what is the WACC here? And this is approximately 9.84%. And that is 10%. Huh? Okay, next thing. Free cash flow valuation. Year 1 to year 4, and then year 4 onwards. Now, how to calculate? To save the time, for the sake of saving of the time, for the sake of the saving of time, what we should do? We have to work out free cash flow now and then project on the another basis. For example, let's start with EBIT. What is the EBIT? 3,200. Now, I know that now is not the value. Value is start from here onwards. Just for the simplification or time saving, we need to we just calculate the now figure and then project to year 1 to 4 and 4 onwards. EBIT, and EBIT includes tax depreciation, huh? And then tax. 30% tax. 3,200 into 0.3, and add back depreciation. How much the depreciation? 1450. And then capital expenditure. This one, annual replacement capital expenditure. How much is it? 1600 now. That is 20. It's now, huh? It's now 2090. Now, how to calculate this? Number one, here 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 onwards. Number one, year 1. that is 2090 multiplied by 1 plus how much the growth rate? Individual 5% for till year 5, 5%. It's power 1. Multiply by discount rate, that's you calculate above 10%. 0.909. So that's now present value of free cash flow. Yes, please calculate and reply me. Two one nine five into 0.909. 1995. Second year. Second year. Second year. Yes, 2090 into 1.05 power 2. 0.826. 1903. 0.751. Yes, come on. Reply me, please. Third year. 1817. Fourth year. Value, please. One seven three five. That's good. And now 4 onwards. But 4 onwards is based on the free cash flow based on fifth year. So based on fifth year, the value is 2090 into. Can you please reply me the free cash flow year 4? That is 2540. Right? So 4 onwards. How to calculate? 2540 multiplied by 1 plus next growth rate. First 4, 5, then 4. Divided by 10% minus 4%. That's delayed annuity. Please reply me. Please reply me. What is the value? How much the value? 30,070. and this is what the value total. We have done both, huh? Calculate the total value. Three 37520. Three 7,520. So that is the value of excess that we have done. That's done. Now it's regular, then combine. So for save of time to prepare, saving of the time to make a complete table, we can work with this. Huh? Now, regular. Can you please calculate the value of the regular with same method? Calculate the value of regular, please. Giving you 5 minutes. I will not calculate the value of the regular. You will calculate with the same method, with the same procedure. You please calculate. I want the right figure, huh, from all of you. Yes, you have 5 minutes. Okay, what's the value we have calculated? That's 55 something. I hope that value it's clear. Now WAC. That's E. E and D, it's very clear mentioned in the question. %55 it's Dutch. That means 45E. KD, it's very simple given. 7.5%. And KE, RM, that is 4% plus 11% minus 4% into beta equity, that is 1.38, I think so, yes. So KE become 13.66%. And WAC, that is 13.66% multiplied by 45%, 7.5% into 1 minus tax, and it's all 9.03, that's 9%. And of course you can easily calculate free cash flow now. Free cash flow now, and that's EBIT with 50, including tax depreciation, and then tax expense 855, and then depreciation add back, and then depreciation value 1100. And then capital expenditure mentioning on the question, that's 1240. So that is free cash flow. 2850 minus 855 plus 1100 minus 1240. That is 1855. That's good. And then free cash flow valuation. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 onwards. 1855. 1 plus initial values 6.5 and 5%. Discounted, how much the discounted? 9%. 1917. Please reply me the present value of free cash flow. Year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. Yes, please reply me. 1812. And then same figure but power to 0.842. 1770. Is it 1770? Year 2. Year 1, 1812. Year 2, 1770. 1772, yes. Yes, what about the year 3, 1730? And what about year 4? What about year 4? 1690. So what is the free cash flow at year 4? What is the free cash flow at year 4? What is the free cash flow at year 4? 2386. Okay. 2386 multiplied by 1 plus 5%. Yes. What is the value? 44377. 44377 or 35551. So what is the total value on Nasir Sahab? 51381. Okay. 379381. So this is the value 51381. 51381. 37520 plus 51381. That is 88901. Now the term says value of Paxos and Rager combine. So what the question says that if they combine cost saving and the total of the operating cost become 70% of the sales and combined growth 6% and 5% with respect to the years. First 4 years 6% and after 4 years at 5% onwards. Corporate tax rate remain 30%. So that is the game. So important point. Note the WACC of combined company. The WACC of combined company. Read this. The WACC of combined company may be assumed to be the market weighted average of current cost of capital of individual companies, weighted average of individual companies, weighted by current market value of debt and equity of the combined company. Weighted by current market value of the debt and equity of the combined company, with the equity of Rager adjusted for effect of the belt. This is not the concept here. This is not the concept. This is the examiner requirement. What examiner is going to say that, or what's the requirement of this question, that combined WACC should be the weighted average of all the investor belongs to Paxton and Rager. Listen here. Number one, combined WACC. What? Number one, the most important is that yes, Paxos acquire Ragger, but in this question, two important things with respect to the Ragger equity holder. Oh, sorry, Ragger investors. Ragger investors are equity holder and Ragger equity holder and Ragger debt holder. In this question, two particular things are relevant. Paxos offer Ragger the shares. So that means Ragger shareholders become the part of Paxos after acquisition, which means that they still exist after acquisition. Number two, Ragger debt holder will taken up by the Paxos mentioned on the question. That means after acquisition, Paxos KE, Paxos equity holder KE and debt holder. Ragger equity holder, debt holder. Paxos ED, Ragger ED. And weighted average of all these investors. That's a KE respect or consider a Paxos equity holder. That's KE we have already calculated in our calculation. That's KE was 12.26%. KD, that was 6%. KE of the Ragger, that's 13.6%. And 7.5%. Same means weighted average of all these mixed back. What the E of the Paxos? Here the percentages are not relevant. Here the actual value of equity. Oh, just a minute. Yes, once again. It's very important thing once. What the mention examiner here? Weighted average of cost of capital combined company may be assumed the market weighted average of current cost of capital of individual companies. That's why we are working with or work out with all the stakeholder of Paxos and Ragger. But the other thing, weighted average current market value of debt and equity of the combined company. with the equity of Rager adjusted for the effect of the bid. So now, after acquisition, Pax's shareholders still exist, and the share price 298 market price. Number of issued shares 7, and this is equity, and equity is 7% and 30% is debts. Do remember one thing. So 2.98 into 7, that is 20.86, and it's mentioned that taxes equity is 70% and debt is 30%. That's a matter. So 20.86 is 70. So what is the 30? That is 8.94. But this one is not total because two stakeholders more exist here. That is Rager. So what is the Rager equity holder position when it's become the part of the Pax's? So it's mentioned on the question that Pax's offer 4 Pax's for every 5 Rager. Rager shares. So what is the number of shares? Number of shares of the Rager 8 million. So 8 million of Rager, and Pax's offer them 5 shares over 4. Oh, sorry. Pax's offer them 4. Sorry. Pax's offer them 4 over 5. 4 Pax's shares against 5 Ragers. So 8 into 4 divided by 5. That's Pax's offering 6.4 million shares, each worth 2.98. 19.07. So is that clear, all of you, till now? Going to repeat once again. Pax's number of shares 7 million into 2.98, simple. And it's mention of the question that Pax's equity and debts by its market value, it's gearing 30% by market value. Long-term debt over long-term debt plus equity. So if debt is the 30% of total debt plus equity. So if we calculate the debts 20.86, so it's 20.86 itself is 70. So 70 is equity base multiplied by 30 is debts. 30 is debts. That means 8.94. After that, Rager. Do remember one thing. We are not here to calculate the Rager value of shares. No. We are here to calculate if Rager becomes the part of Pax's, So what is the regular equity shareholders value? So Paxis offer them their 8 million shares, says that take up 4 million Paxis against 5 each. So this 6 regular shareholder become the part of Paxis shareholder with 6.4 million shares. Regular is no more, but regular shareholder will become the part of the Paxis shareholder. And then multiply with the Paxis company share value 2.98 because regular will be dissolved. So regular shareholders after acquisition worth of share equity value 19.07 in the Paxis. So I hope that it's clear to you, all of you. Okay, another point. What is the position of Rager's debt after Paxis? After acquisition by the Paxis. So what is the value of debts? Debts is 55% of equity. But 55% of whom equity? The equity of Rager, whose value of 192. So we are entering the data of Rager. Rager shares is 8 million. Multiply by the value is 1.92. But we are just calculating the equity value of debtors to calculate the value of debts. No more than that. Because after acquisition, equity of Rager become dissolved. 8 million into 1.92, that was the equity value 15.36. But this is 45 and 55 is debts. 15.36 divided by 45 into 55. That is 18.77. So after acquisition, the value of debts which is taken by the Paxis, it's 18.77. That's the debts of Rager. So these are become the stakeholder of the companies. 20.86, 8.944, sorry, 4, 19.07 plus 18.77, 67.64. Now calculate the WACC, a comprehensive WACC working with all the stakeholder adjustments. For example, Paxis now shareholders, that is 12.26% multiply by 20.86 divided by 67.64 plus Paxis shareholders, sorry, KD of Paxis 6% multiply by 1 minus 0.3 multiply by 8.94 divided by 67.64. Now Rager's equity holder after taken up by the Paxis 13.66% into 19.07 divided by 67.64. Now Rager's debt holder 7.5%, 1 minus 0.3 multiply by 18.77 divided by 67.64. Now calculate this working. Can you please simplify this whole equation? Please calculate and reply me. What is the WACC? Calculate and reply me on WhatsApp the combined WACC. Yes, it's 9.64. Say 10%. Yes. So we are calculating the value of Paxos plus Regara. That's the combined WACC. This is 10%. Combined WACC, that is 10%. Now, free cash flow. Number one, now. So start with the sales revenue figure. Sales revenue Paxos plus Rager 13,333,9,400 22733. And it's mentioned that EBIT become 70% of sales because Rager is no more. The sales revenue of Rager become the part of Paxos and Paxos total EBIT operating profit is 70% of 22,733. That is 15,913 and then calculate the tax. 15,913 into 0.3 4774 and add back depreciation, Paxos plus Rager, 1450, 1100, 2550. And capital expenditure, that was 1600, 1240, 2840. So that is free cash flow. $10,850 approx. Year 1, 10,850, 1 plus combined value will move on by 5%, sorry, 6% initially. Power 1 and 10% discounted. Please reply me the working. 10,840, 850 into 1.06, power 1 into 0.909. That is have we done any mistake with the free cash flow? Sorry. This free cash flow working is wrong, huh? 15,193 minus 4774 plus 22550 minus 2840. Okay. I've done a mistake with this. Sorry. That's EBIT is 30%, dear. It's 30%. It's mentioned on the question. The operating cost is 76% to 70. So that means 30% of sales. Yes. Sorry. 22,733 into 0.3. 6820. That is 6820. 6820 minus 4774 plus 2550 minus 2840. That is 6820 into 0.3, 2046. Sorry, candidates. 6820 minus 2046 plus 2550 minus 2840. Yes. 4484. Okay, is that clear till now? I put a mistake here. Is that clear to all of you? Okay, that's good. So that is 4484. Yes, calculate 4484 multiplied by 1.06 into 0.909. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, same working. Power 2. Yes, come on. Air 2, air 3. Same working. Power 3. 0.751. Yes, come on. Air 2, 3, 4. Yes, reply me. What's the value of air 2, 3, 4? 4161. Is it right? Air 3, air 3. What about air 3? What about air 3? 4011. That's good. And air 4, 3866. And what about air 4 onwards? Air 4 onwards. Yes, please. 5661. 1 plus 10% divided by 10% minus 5%. And multiply by 0.683. 85062. Where are you all? Have you done it? 85062. What is the total figure? Calculate a total. Where are you all of you? What's the total value? No, it's a wrong figure, Abid. What's the total value? Why 10? 10 is the discount factor. That's why. Oh, oh. Okay, 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 okay. Here, the percentage is different. 1 plus 5%. Yes, sorry. Yes, you are right. 5661 into 1.05 divided by 0.05 into 0.683. 81195. Shadab is right. 81195. 4321 4161 4011 3866 81195 9797554. Yes. So combined value is 97554. Minus 88901. And this is 8693. And the synergy now we have calculated today, that's 8693. Okay, is that clear how to calculate the synergy by free cash flow method? Is that clear, all of you? Hello, everyone. Is that clear? That's good, that's good, that's good. So, candidates, I'm now going to, yes, simple with long process. Very good. It's a lengthy working. Now, candidates, what I'm going to do that, I'm going to share you the solution of this question. What you should do that, I will discuss all the theoretical part of this question, but on next class. You have to read all the solution. But do remember one thing, in the exam solution or the revision kit solution, the answer are quite different because we have used the rounded up figure of the discounted. For example, if discount factor 9.84, we have taken 10%. And examination, it's acceptable to round off the figure. So your answer may be different, but don't confuse. It's examinable standard student wise solution. So one moment please. One moment. Yes, Abid, my apologies that I was not able to share the video. I just, um I will definitely share, but inshallah, by tonight or early morning. Don't worry, please. Yes. Yes, of course, I will share the window channel. So, okay, candidates, we also need one more session for the acquisition merger, including advanced back, some more theoretical matters, and financing arrangement as well. So, candidates, I want to take one more session on tomorrow, same time by 11:30 onwards. 2 hour session, 2 hours or 2.5 hour session. So next session on tomorrow, 11:30. Not possible. Not possible. 11 not possible. So inshallah I will start by 11:30 for tomorrow's session. Okay, thank you very much. Take care a lot. I will share all the things by tomorrow morning, inshallah. Thank you very much. Take care a lot. By the way, one more thing. You people can attempt a question from the past paper that is pursuit. You can attempt the question pursuit. I will not attempt in the class, but you can attempt the question pursuit. And just a minute. What is just a minute? Just not pursuit. Sorry. 1 minute. 1 minute. One minute, please. Yes. Uh, yes. Yes. There is a question of pursuit company June 11. Pursuit company June 11. This is your practice question. You can attempt it. Huh? I will hand over one more question, but tomorrow, inshallah. So before that, you can attempt. You have two assignments. Number one, must have to read the complete solution of the uh, Paxis and Rager. And number two, try to attempt this question. We will not discuss in the regular session, but you have to attempt it. And inquire me if you have any query. Okay, take care. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz. And do remember my father in your prayers. Please, please, please. Thank you very much. Take care. Allah Hafiz.